NintenTalk.com production.
Good?
Yeah, yes. Let's go.
Episode 70 of the Planet Nintendo podcast. What is up, live viewers? We're doing another live show. And for everyone here, you have a chance to win. Bing! $20 gift eShop card.
Yeah, I know about this.
I didn't know either.
You should have. You should have.
It's nice of the host to let us in on this.
Yep.
We could have promoted it. We could have got some people coming in.
I did post it on Twitter.
When? About the $20?
Yeah, posted it on Twitter. Did you read my whole tweet, Bobby?
No, I just retweeted it.
Okay.
Oh, the title does say giveaway.
Yep. Even Joe knows. Let's see what's on the menu for today. We have PNP, what games we've been playing, what games are coming out soon. We have a rumor. Got a rumor by an insider, Bobby's favorite. We're going to be talking about the Switch Mini and Xbox Live coming to Switch. Like always, guys, we're joined by the best co-hosts on the planet, Bobby the Nintendo Guru.
What's Yo! Up? I got the first billing. That's what happens when I miss a week. You miss me. Yep. You miss me. I know it. I know. You're probably the only one that missed me.
You only felt bad.
Everybody else is like, oh, why is this bastard back?
And JoAfterWork, what's up?
Yo. Oh my God. Eating healthier, trying to at least.
You know, Pat, I'm a little disappointed. You could have been like, no, that's not true.
What do you mean?
When I just said that everybody doesn't care about me coming back, you'd be like, no, Bobby, that's not true. You just went right to Joe.
Well, it is nice having you back, man.
No, you know what?
Two lazy guys, you took a little vacation. I'm here for the long haul, man.
Whoa, I was sick, bro. Are you serious right now? I missed like 3 days of streaming last week. Oh,
You're good. You're beautiful.
Damn, shots fired. Okay. Tell them how you really feel.
I'm gonna tell you how I feel. I'm coming up to wherever you live. I'm gonna whip that Heiners.
So, like Mr. X.
That's it.
I gotta ask you guys. I kind of know what Joe's playing, but Joe, we'll start with you.
Yo, I'm playing King. No, I'm kidding. I've been playing Dragon Mark for Death on the Switch, and I am addicted. Inti creates. What have you done? You've created a monster.
Okay, question. So in the eShop, there was 2 versions. I bought one, and the second one disappeared. So what was that all about? I can't hear you. Did you mute?
Self. There's a DLC section.
Hold on. Start over again because I didn't hear the whole beginning.
Did I just freeze up?
No, yeah. Your audio just went wonky. But go ahead. Start over.
That was weird. So yeah, no. You go to when you start up the game, you just go to the DLC section, and it's there. That with the season pass. And if you pre-purchased it, there should be a tab for the Azure Striker weapons.
I didn't pre-purchase. I just bought it the other day. I just saw that the 2 versions were there, and then one. But I guess the one is like additional characters.
Yes. So it's 2 packs. Basically, the first 2 characters, the frontline characters, are more of like the people you would use if you're new to like 2D platformers with RPG elements, and then the other ones are like the more advanced, the Shinobi and the Sorceress, which kind of require a little bit more involvement because of their stats and just this type of skills that they use.
It's kind of weird that they did that. I mean, I get why, keep the price down a little bit, but
yeah. No,
is it the same playthrough, just different fighting styles, or?
So the best and easiest way to explain and make a comparison is Dragon's Crown. So in Dragon's Crown, you're beating up everybody, you're going through to the bar, collecting, you're getting missions throughout your hub world. You have one hub area, and you go to the bar in this game, and that's where all your missions are. And you pick a mission that you want to go through. You can do it solo, or if you go online, the online part, I have a little qualms with, like it's a little derpy a bit, but if you're playing with friends, that's probably going to be the easiest way, because what it does, which I think is really cool, is it'll set the missions that are allowed based on like everyone's level. So it scales down to the easier missions if someone's new and just starting out, and then you guys work through that together, and then it starts opening up all the other missions. And then, you have your places for items or whatnot. All your missions are time-based, so you only have X amount of time before you can actually go through and try to complete things and also find everything.
Yeah. Now, for anyone that's just popping in, we're talking about Dragon Mark for Death. March 26th, I think it is. The physical for that game's coming out, which I'm personally waiting for. And that comes with both of the packs.
Well, why waiting, man? Just buy the game. Enough of this waiting on stuff,
Have you seen that cover, man?
That beautiful cover with nothing inside but a little piece of plastic. It's a waste of money, bro.
I can wait. Actually, March is looking to be a little packed for me.
When Guacamelee comes out too, doesn't it?
Guacamelee, Xenon Racer, phenomenal looking so far. Yoshi. So that's in March. Yeah, that's in March.
Yoshi's probably the only thing that I'm caring about.
Thank you for that play money, that Canadian money.
Yeah.
Can I even use that?
It's like 10 cents, man. It's like he gave you like 2 nickels, man. He didn't give you nothing American.
No, thanks, Joel. What's up, Shiny Big Boo? Bobby, what about you?
Oh man. So man, I'm looking through my list here because I played a little bit of Mario Kart 8. SteamWorld Dig 2, I jumped into that. I was playing that quite a bit the other day on stream. And then I've been tinkering and jumping back and forth into this little indie game called Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And so I went back about 3 weeks ago to start from the beginning and start streaming it again. And then last night I jumped back in and started playing again. And oh my god, dude. That game is just... Can it be 2018 Game of the Year and 2019 Game of the Year? Like, it is fantastic, man. So like, good. Seriously, dude. You start playing that game again. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's things I hate about that game. Like, I'm in the early stages right now. So, like, weapons breaking are annoying. But, like, last night I played this one... I went and played this one trial. And, man, I got whooped for, like, 20 minutes. I could not beat this one mini little guardian thing. He was just smoking me. And I'm like...
Is this your second playthrough?
That's my second playthrough.
Wow, okay.
So I'm like, what the heck is going on? Because I don't really remember struggling with stuff like that. Because I didn't mess with that stuff. I would just take off until I was kind of built up, and then I went in. So I go in, and I'm like struggling. I'm getting beat. And then slowly but surely, man, it just started coming back. And then I went back to the first shrine that's above Kariko Village. And when I went up there, and it taught me again how to do the moves and fight. I was like, oh, I got this. Then I went back, fought dude, spanked him. Because then I also had some good weapons. I started to realize, like, oh, I got these good weapons, and now we can do some stuff. So, took a little combination of getting weapons and stuff that didn't break after 2 hits. Like, that's the most. That is annoying.
I like Joel. Joel's giving us the real stories. Like, it was really embarrassing to watch.
You know what? It was embarrassing to be there and be me. I kept dying over and over and over. But listen, the weapons I had was taking nothing off of him. I was running out of weapons because they were smashing. And then I would get like down and doing some damage, and like I'd get one-shotted and die. And I was like, well, that's a thing. Like I can't even survive one laser hit.
So I wish I could be saying, you know, I'm playing this indie darling or whatever, but Fortnite has me by the balls again.
Ooh, man, that game got me hard too, bro.
Dude, it is. I thought I was on my way out, to be completely honest. I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I'm gonna play some other games. Nope, back in. They just came out with another weapon today. We're back, Joe. We're back. Also been playing Downwell, my new favorite indie game.
We played that this week. I was not talking about Downwell. Fortnite, bro. You and me and dude. We jumped in.
Oh, yeah.
We were playing trios because they introduced this new thing. But that's gone already, right? Trios isn't even there anymore. It was only there for a couple days, I think.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But let's talk about the concert real quick.
Okay, yeah.
That's got to be talked about, man.
Joe, I think you would even think this is cool, man.
Joe, this was the most amazing thing ever, dude. Seriously, legit.
I've heard stories, sort of, so it's gonna be good to get like the full thing.
Pat, did you go in?
I went to the first event.
I went to the encore.
I saw yours live, like the second.
That's right. You were there the other night when I went on. Yeah, when I went live.
Yeah. So basically, what they did is Marshmello, who's like this kind of famous music creator, whatever, creates a lot of like dubsteppy, like change your shirt, sweating kind of music.
He's like Tiesto and stuff.
So they did a live concert in Fortnite, like live. Like they had him literally there in avatar form, putting on a concert. It was like a 10-minute concert.
10-minute concert, yeah, it was a 10-minute concert. So what they did, but the thing they did was they locked you in till you could only play this one mode, and then you go in and you're thinking like, because I went in like maybe 5 minutes or 3 minutes, 4 minutes before the event started, and I'm like, people are shooting me, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna suck, man. Like, I'm going to get killed, and I'm not going to be able to enjoy the concert. Dude, when the timer starts, boom, it takes away everybody's weapons. And you can't do nothing. And, it was so cool, man.
Dude.
That's kind of neat.
And then like there was this song that had like "fly" in the lyrics, and then basically like everyone was like flying, and the dude,
Yeah.
it was nuts. And I honestly I think that was the first like video game concert, virtual concert
that I've
I
ever
don't know.
heard of. Like he's like, in 3 seconds, I want everybody to jump, and he's like counting down 3, 2, 1, and everybody just starts jumping like it put like trampolines under everybody, and they're all like, jumping real high, and like, and they had these like laser images of different like avatars like up there dancing, like the one that Bad Bit always wears, the pink teddy bear costume. She's up there dancing and stuff, and it was like, really, dude, it was like being at a concert, like an EMD concert, without actually being there. It was kind of cool, dude. It was kind of neat what they did.
I would say that that's my best multiplayer experience in gaming ever. Like, I would go that far, man. It was nuts. Like,
That's really
I wish
neat.
there was more people, though. Like, I wish we were able to have, like, imagine, like, thousands of people in there. I don't know.
There was 100, right? They said that, like, 10,000 people jumped into that and watched it live. And it broke it down into, like, 100 at a clip. That's insane.
10 million.
Oh, was it 10 million?
10 million.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, my bad. My numbers are way off then.
Oh my god.
That's even
10
even
million.
crazier, man.
Yeah, it was nuts. But yeah, Fortnite's still killing it, man. But yeah, I've been playing Downwell. Put out a review for that if you want to check that out. It's on the channel. And then Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. Pick that up for the Switch.
In.
Still good. Still great. Not even good. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe is good. Donkey Kong is great.
Tropical Freeze?
Yeah, Tropical
Dude,
Freeze.
Tropical Freeze is amazing, dude. It's amazing.
I'm actually kind of over Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. It's all right.
I got to, I think, World 6. I want to push through and
Yeah.
beat it. But, whatever. It's not like
Compared to what's been out since 2012, I think, if you compare it that way, it's like...
Yeah.
Okay, so games that are coming out. I said it before, Xenon Racer. End of March, guys. Coming out for every platform. Coming out on the Switch. Physical. It's a racing game. Fast-paced. Look it up. A few trailers coming out. They just released the soundtrack. And, oh my god. Guys, any... Guacamelee, I saw that dual pack.
Yeah, man. Dude, that's a beast of a... That's just a normal release, too, right? Like, that's not a collector's edition.
Yeah.
Dude, it's got soundtracks and all that stuff in it. Like, that's a packed bundle.
I like that. When indie companies are just so confident, they're like, yeah, we'll put it in the store. You can buy it easily. CB says Darksiders. Yeah, that was kind of a out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, yeah.
Yeah. And then real quick, I just want to squeeze this in. Patriots win. New England are champions when it comes to sports. Okay.
Jesus.
So
Damn.
let's talk about the big meat and potatoes here, okay? Emily Rogers. Bobby loves these insiders. He follows them every day. He loves them. So she put out a thing on Reddit, of all places. So we not only do we have rumors, we have Emily Rogers in Reddit. So Jesus, take this with a grain of salt. Take it with a truckload of salt. But she put out a post basically saying this is what's going to happen at the next Direct or whenever this thing will be. Thought it was going to be January. Thought it was going to be, I don't know. But she said basically, she said a long list of things, but I only pulled out the thing that kind of excited me a little bit, or I don't know, was the most information. She said Mystery Game 1, Mystery Game 2. She went all the way to 4. So that's being an insider. And then she said 2 eShop games published by Nintendo. So like kind of, if you're thinking of like snipper clips type thing. So 2 eShop games from Nintendo. 2 Wii U ports. And the one that we're going to be talking about today, she says the first Wii U port is going to be from 2013. Okay.
Wait a minute. So she's not listing...
Not even games or names or hints.
She's just saying, man, come on, bro. Can we stop this bull?
She did say at the end, she said Metroid Prime Trilogy and whatever game Retro's working on, if it hasn't been canned already. So not only are these guys predicting things still, but they're being really cautious.
They're just guessing stuff now.
I like Joe had a great rumor this year. He said there will be a Direct this year. And I think that's the most credible.
I stand by that. There will be a Direct this year.
Yeah. So, if you guys look at the thumbnail, I put the 4 most notable choices from 2013 to come over. So, we have Super Mario 3D World. We have Wonderful 101. Zelda Wind Waker HD, and Pikmin 3. So I wanted to talk to you guys today about this whole situation, first of all, and which out of the 2013 games from the Wii U would we see? I'm going to try and look up a list real quick, because I know like Wii Party U is on there. Lego City Undercover, that's already over. So I'll start with Joe. Kick it off.
I mean, first off, shout out to Dr. Mario, right? Or Dr. Luigi, whichever one dropped on the Wii U, right?
Dr. Luigi.
Man, my heart will always have a soft spot for Wonderful 101, but Mario 3D World just seems like a given. I feel like at some point we're gonna get that. Whether we see 2 Mario games in the same year, I mean, we're in this weird place where I don't know what the hell to guess anymore. I can't even make a proper guess at any of this. So I'm just gonna say Super Mario 3D World. I can see that coming over.
Other notable games: Wii Fit U. I don't see coming over. Super Luigi U is already over. Game and Wario, that used the Wii pad way too much. Wii Sports Club. Okay, now we're talking. We're getting fiery over here. Mario and Sonic at the Olympics. I don't see any. Those are the 4 most notable games.
This was in 2013, but Shin Megami Tensei?
I don't know. 2013. I don't know.
It was probably announced in 2013.
Yeah. Okay. Bobby, any thoughts on these? Of course you have thoughts.
Man, are we this stupid? Seriously? Are we the people that follow Nintendo, the people that do this? Are we that stupid to continue to let this person, this woman, lie to us, flat out lie? All of them. It's not just her. It's all of them, dude. Somebody please tell me how I'm supposed to listen to somebody that told me pre-Switch we were getting Mother 3 at launch. That's 2 years ago, lady. We still ain't got it. Stop the madness, man. Can somebody out there, Rybo, in all your wisdom, please do this for me. Create a website that's a scorecard for these idiots. And every time they get something wrong, mark it wrong. Because you know what, man? Every time that IGN or Kotaku or Polygon or somebody like that gets it wrong, we lambaste them on the internet and we tear them apart. These people get a free pass. They can legitimately just make up lies, and that's okay for people? Like, come on, man. This is bull. And I'm personally pissed off and tired of it, man. I'm tired of, because this is what happens. This is the same old tired scenario that we see all the time. We sit there, right? They come up with these lies, guaranteeing it, promising in us. Dude, even it's so embarrassing to people I call friends. We're sitting there guaranteeing we're going to get a direct, not even just saying like in January, pinpointing dates, and they're wrong. And then they're going, oh, well, you know, next week. They're acting like they weren't even wrong. And they weren't acting like they were guaranteeing stuff. And we're sitting here and we're letting them get away with these lies, and nobody says nothing about it. Nobody sits here. What do? We listen to the lies. We pinpoint it and go, oh, Nintendo didn't give us at this direct 3D World. And everybody's pissed off and mad at Nintendo for it. If we don't get Metroid Prime Trilogy, if we don't get 3D World, mark my words, people are going to be lighting the internet on fire, screaming at Nintendo. And when do we say that enough is enough? When do we sit here and go, okay, guys, this is bull crap enough? Like, me personally, I'm tired of it. Every single week I go on and see the same people sitting there just going, hey, man, we're getting a direct next week. Hey, man, we're getting a direct next week. Guys, you're off. You missed it. You promised it in January. You guaranteed it in January. Nintendo made you look like fools. So much so, this is how much of jack-offs you guys are. Straight up. All of yous. This is how pathetic you guys are. That you pound this drum so much that at the investors meeting, they actually brought it up to Nintendo, asking, oh, you don't do directs no more? Why? Because these jackoffs are sitting there promising every single week that the investors don't even know what's going on anymore.
They made their own directs.
Preach
it, Bobby, preach it.
I'm sick of it, dude. I'm sick of it.
No, you're
Straight
absolutely
up.
right. And the best part is now, like, look at this leak, or speculation or leak or whatever, and then look at some leaks like a year or two ago. Like, we were getting, oh, this game is gonna come with an exact name, exact title, exact time. Now it's Mystery Game 3.
Yeah.
Like,
bro, how many were on there? Like 9, and then like one eShop and
Mystery Game
eShop
1
game
through
number
4,
2.
eShop Game 1, eShop Game 2, Wii U Port 1 from 2013.
She should be embarrassed.
Get out of here.
You know why she does that?
Who does that?
It's people that are wrong all the time and don't want to get caught on the carpet. Like, come on, man. How many times you got to be wrong to not even recognize this is their new out? By the way, Marcus Sellers, I'm calling you out, bro. Straight up, what happened to this Switch Pro? What happened to this 4K Switch we're talking about? Now we're talking about a mini?
Let's go.
Come on. Come on. Like enough, man. And then he turns on me and people get pissed at me because I call him out on it. Now all of a sudden, ain't nobody talking about Marcus Sellers and his Switch Pro anymore. We're talking, like he was talking 4K. Oh, this thing is going to be a mate. Get out of here, man.
And honestly, everything
I'm gonna have a heart attack up in this place, man.
Everything that's in this leak is pretty much like everyone's been speculating about. It's popular opinion. There's nothing in here that's like, oh my god, like she might have some. And that's why I chose this topic, because the only notable thing she said is a port from 2013. But look at the games from 2013; they're all safe bets.
Yeah.
Wind Waker HD.
Yeah.
Super Mario 3D World. There's nothing here that's gonna say I'm an insider. I know information that people don't.
She don't know nothing, bro. She don't know nothing. None of them. Marcus Sellers, Dr. Cupcakes, all these people. Liam Roberts, for those who don't know who Dr. Cupcakes is, nice Twitter handle. Who comes up with the name Dr. Cupcakes, you moron? And then
here we go.
Seriously, and then you got Marcus, and you got, dude. Oh, my head's about to pop. Straight up, all these people, man, just idiots. And then there's actually people that pay them money in Patreon because why? Because you're that gullible. Please, give me a break. I'm over it.
Guys. I didn't want to forget this, but Joel in the chat, I think, gave you your next t-shirt design. I'll buy 4 of these. It said hashtag stop the madness. Please. Yeah, guys, unless it has a check mark with Nintendo's name after it, don't believe anything you hear. And plus, like, why are you going to buy into these? Like, don't you want to be surprised for a direct? Isn't that like the whole thing?
We've gotten to that point though where everyone is just like spewing things left and right. I mean, clearly it seems like since the Switch inception, like more and more people are just coming out of the woodworks, like so and so making claims here and there. And granted, some of them have gotten things right, and some of them were really difficult things, but then a lot of times you just see random stuff happening. Like this past month was just absolutely bonkers. I think this was the worst of it.
Yeah.
Where's that clown face 10K at? The one that said we're going to get PS4 quality graphics with the Switch. Where's that idiot at? Oh, he's gone now. And let me tell you something about the retro stuff. People, we're not getting anything from retro. It's not happening. I'm going to get myself in trouble.
I'm personally excited for mystery game number. I don't know about you guys.
That eShop game.
Yeah, that eShop game got me
game number 1.
Got me set up like straight up. Like, come on, man, get out of here. Like,
but I guess
okay. Here's the question though: was she at least getting torn up in the comments? Like, were people bashing her for this?
I doubt it.
See, what she's done is she's made everything private, so only select people.
Yeah, she doesn't let everybody see it anymore.
Yeah, by select people, I mean people that don't bash her. So I don't know. I saw it from a different report, so I didn't see like kind of like the backlash or whatever. So I don't know. I guess to answer the question though, out of those games, I would probably want to see Wind Waker out of those 4.
She
games.
follows me.
Oh, there you go.
so I'm able to see her stuff. Maybe
now.
Is Bobby a secret Nintendo insider guy?
I must be.
For now.
Conspiracy theory.
I'm one of the 2,922 people that are following her, or that she follows. So
exactly, in the chat, Piper said, "I forgot about her." Exactly. That's why she just did this.
Well, that's true too. Who's the other one? What was the other one? The other one.
Her, Laura Kate.
That's
Dale,
it. Laura Kate Dale with
Laura
all
Kate
her
Dale,
nonsense
Laura
too.
Kate Dale.
Please.
I would not want to see Pikmin 3, although that is a great game. I want the next Pikmin. Super Mario 3D World, I would want, but they're going to charge $60. You know they are. And Wonderful 101.
Pikmin 3.
Pat, you say anything bad about Wonderful 101?
I don't know.
I'll smack you from this screen.
It's trash. If any, like,
I can't smack Bobby, but I can
but
smack
it's
Pat. He's
but
right next to me.
I'll say what Pat wants to say. It's garbage. It's the worst game in the world. It's
Bobby,
why
go to
like-
Jersey.
why they gave that a
Game
push.
bad.
Why did they give it such a hard push? Like, I don't understand. It was like I
They
don't
really
know.
did, though. I mean,
They pushed it because they wanted Bayonetta doing striptease on the screen. That's why. Listen, no, all seriousness. I mean, not that I wasn't being serious and all that rant. Like, yeah, I think it's all safe bets is what they're doing. They're just basically throwing stuff like, and I like this. This is the one that tells me she's so full of crap and people don't get it. We're gonna get Retro's game, whatever that was, unless it already got canceled.
Yep.
That's the most.
So you basically just threw something against the wall and was like, you know what? That might be bullshit. So let me just back it up with something. And let me just throw it out there that, like, hey, they may have canceled already. That's why you're not going to see it. There was nothing.
I had to bring it up.
There was
We had
nothing.
to torture.
Oh, man, there was nothing ever getting made.
Stop the madness.
Stop the madness. Guys, if you're just coming in, because I announced this early on, we are doing a $20 eShop card. This is for only live viewers. Unfortunately, if you're listening to this afterwards, I'm sorry, bro.
Should have been here. Should have been here.
Come to the channel. We'll be doing that towards the end of the podcast.
Yeah, how are you giving it away?
I'm just gonna. I don't know. We'll
Oh, that's real smart. That's real brilliant.
We'll get
Wow.
there. I'll do like put a number in the chat and then we'll pick one of them.
Are you serious right now?
What? How else do you want me to
No,
do?
this guy over here. You're burping.
Oh yeah, it's not rigged, dude. It's not rigged.
This isn't Fluxtapose, man. Don't be nasty like that.
Yep, this isn't Flux. Okay, the next topic. Now this has more credibility to it. Okay. So I pardon me. I forgot the source. I think it was like a Japanese.
Was it
company?
Nikkei or Nikkei, whatever?
Yeah.
The magazine, right? The magazine publisher. I thought it was.
Yeah. So they pretty much said that Nintendo's looking at a Switch Mini, and this has kind of been speculation from us, from a lot of people for a while. I kind of think we were split in terms of what they should do, but the new report is that the Switch Mini is looking like the next console. Probably. I don't know. We don't know the details, whether or not the Joy-Cons are still attached, whether it has that Switch capability. I'm going to let Bobby's heart rest a little bit. Joe, Switch Mini, what do you got here? What are you thinking? Is this the right move?
I mean, if this really does end up being the thing that they use to replace the 3DS, then I think we can say bye-bye to that and finally have them go full swing on the Switch. Although, does that mean we go with just Switch and mobile now, and there's no third pillar anymore that they go through with their ecosystem with? Like, I can see it being a thing, but again, it's like I'm at this weird phase. I just don't know what the hell to like even consider like believing anymore. Between last month with the direct happening this week, if not it's gonna happen tomorrow. But if it doesn't happen at this time, it might happen 6 hours later. Oh wait, we got to time travel back in time to get it. Like, I'm just gonna let it rock. I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna let it rock. Whatever happens, happens. If we get a Switch Mini this year, awesome. if I had to guess, I'd wait another year, maybe, or roll it out in the holidays as a cheaper option, and have it be handheld only.
Now, do you think it's still going to have the Switch functionality, or does it even need to?
Well, Switch functionality in terms of the Joy-Cons coming on and off.
I think you're talking about the dock, right? The dock section of it.
Basically, being able to play it on your TV, I think.
That changes up the game a bit then, because if you're eliminating TV altogether, does that mean it can't? Well, then how the hell is it going to charge? Are they going to change the charger on the bottom?
You're asking a lot of questions that we don't even have answers for.
I know, but I mean,
this is all just a
rumor.
rumor.
You're saying TV functionality. I'm removing TV functionality.
So real quick, let's important news right now, okay, people? This just got announced. Switch Online, February 13th. It's happening. Super Mario Bros. 2, the greatest Super Mario of them all, is coming this month.
Stop.
That just got announced?
Just got announced right now. Nintendo just announced that. And Kirby's Adventure.
Oh, okay.
Yes. All right. So, guys, thank you so much for watching.
For the 13th. You got 2 weeks, Pat. Okay, look. We'll jump back on topic. Switch Mini. So, to me, it makes absolute sense. At first, I looked at it, scratched my head, and I was like, I don't want this thing. I don't care about this thing. This thing isn't for me. This thing isn't for Pat or Joe. This thing is for people like Joel Brooks, who has multiple kids in the house. This thing is for like a Sean Capri or whoever who has multiple little kids in the house, and you want to get them playing the Switch, but you don't want to go spend the money on a full-blown Switch. Or maybe you don't even need. That's the other thing. Like maybe you don't. Maybe the other thing too is like maybe you just don't need another Switch in the house in terms of like with the dock and all that stuff. If you have one, this is the perfect answer. Even if this is still a powerful little unit, like maybe it's 1080p graphics and all that stuff, or who knows what it is. Maybe it's. I mean, maybe in theory it's this with a screen in the middle. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know what it's going to be. And I'm holding up the Pro Controller for those that are listening on audio. So it could be like an oversized of this. You know, I don't think we have the answers. I don't think the Joy-Cons detach. I don't think there's any way to hook it to the TV. I think it is more of just a handheld portable, a way for people to play this thing on the go. Because the Switch is not portable. Let's be real. Like, it's portable, but it's not. Like, you can take it places, but who is taking it on the train and putting it in their back pocket? You put it in your back pocket? No, you're not.
Put it in my backpack.
That's not what I said, Joe. That's not what I said.
I do with my 3DS. So I'm not putting my 3DS in my back pocket.
I did all the time.
Putting my Game Boy onto my back pocket.
I always put
my GBA in the back pocket.
I always put my 3DS in my back pocket. Always.
You do?
Well, you live in New York. You got to worry about pickpockets. I don't have that worry. Like, I go to the mall in Jersey, bro. We don't have to worry about them hoodlums just swiping stuff.
Jersey? Okay.
I don't have to worry about Shell Shock Prime coming up behind me, stealing my money, man. I'm just kidding. I love you, Peter. Just kidding.
I think this is kind of telling, and it kind of confirms that Nintendo is not in direct competition with the other guys. This is like Switch Mini. They want to dominate anything that can be held in your hand, and that's the biggest thing. Switch Mini for me, I think the Joy-Cons are not going to detach because they're gonna shrink the system. So you're not going to shrink the Joy-Cons anymore. Like already they're on the side they're pretty terrible.
Yeah,
but you know, holding them they're good.
Because if they, let's be honest, if they did something like that, you know, like the Pro Controller with a screen on it, I would probably buy it. As long as the tech, as long as the screen, like, let's be honest, let's be fair. If they did something where I had better grips, because the Joy-Cons, man, it actually cramps my hands up. If I didn't buy that Satisfy grip, I seriously would not be playing that thing in handheld mode. So for me, it's like, if I could get it to be like a better, more Satisfy grip, a more satisfying grip with a screen in the middle, if that's a 1080 screen, even a 720 with like less bezel on it and all that stuff, like I would probably rebuy it just for the portability factor. Like it'd be so much easier for me to grab something small and run with it. Like even something just the size of my phone. Like if you just had something like this, the size of my phone, with like grips on the side, like I'd go for it. I'd be all about it.
I would actually buy one day one. I think that there's certain games that I wouldn't play. Like there's not even games I play handheld now. Like Breath of the Wild, I won't even touch now because it's just like can't really appreciate the game too much.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What do you mean you're crazy?
No, I said that's crazy.
Oh,
Because I mean, the screen is the size of a Switch.
Almost.
There's an iPhone 7 Plus.
Yeah, it's almost the size
The
of
phone
it.
itself is almost the size of a screen. So I mean,
Yeah.
consolidating it down just a little bit more, not too far fetched at all.
Yeah,
if
I mean, you think about it,
go
Joe.
that
Like if you took this screen, right? If you took this screen, right, and then all you did was you just put like grips here and here with buttons on the side, dude, you're in, man. Seriously,
Yeah.
like that's
Yeah.
comfortable. That's a comfortable little grip there. It's
without a bezel, damn it.
and you think about it.
It's 2019.
Well, yeah, and you think about it. Like this phone is almost the size of our 3DSs. Like the 3DS is pretty much dead on.
Size, no?
I think it is. I think it's a little bit. I think it's pretty damn
and
close. Yeah.
I think all Switch games are going to be compatible, but that's always the argument from people like, how am I going to play this game or this game? It's not for that. I think it's for the indie games. It's for the platformers. It's definitely an option for the younger crowd because right now, the newest Nintendo console handheld is $300. It's not good. It's not gonna do it. So if they could get this down to like 200 or
Well, you think about it. 200 is what the 3DS is, right? And the 2D. Well, the 2DS XL I think is 180.
Yeah.
But if they could get that thing down to 200, man, that's a no-brainer buy. Like straight up. I think that people go and double dip on a Switch Mini, no problem at that point.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's actually a good question. Gino in the chat, would you want a swappable battery for the Switch Mini? Absolutely.
No, why?
If you can well,
it
have
depends
a
on
couple
the
batteries.
So let's be fair. Depends on the battery life. If the battery life is similar to the 3DS, then I don't think we need it. If it's similar to what the actual Switch is, then maybe.
Yeah. And I mean, just going 2 steps back real quick about the tech inside. I mean, we were already using the Switch on predated hardware, right? Like it's older hardware.
Yeah.
At this point, they probably found a way to make it even smaller, so that way it could fit into a smaller screen, a smaller handheld, if that's the direction that they plan on going. What that means for the thickness of the Switch at that point is another thing too that you have to consider. Is it smaller but like thicker because they have to pile on more things? Like there's a lot of that on the inside that you also have to work with as well.
The other thing though, but what Ginkgo said, so the Wii U, right, the gamepad, it came with like a 3-hour battery in it. I upgraded mine, or I think it was a 5-hour battery. I upgraded mine, so maybe that would be the answer. Like if it was similar to how the Wii U gamepad was, where you could buy a bigger battery and just swap it out. Because I did that right away with mine, and it was a blessing.
It was from Japan, right, or something?
Yeah,
like
I had to import it from Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
I really
pretty
hope
awesome.
they do some things that they did in the 3DS life though, like face plates and stuff like that. Like the Micro was a great little system that had like swappable things.
Yeah.
I didn't buy a Micro. I should have, but
Yeah, I should have too.
and then Robert says just cutting out the Joy-Cons and dock should cut off $100. That's right, because they could probably cut off some things like the IR sensor. I would keep the Rumble though, or maybe I don't know, maybe not if it's a single handheld.
You don't need to have HD Rumble. HD Rumble's too much, I think, for that.
And then,
I think
go.
I mean, I think you can keep those things. Removing the IR sensor, I mean, that's what you can buy a separate Joy-Con. That it's almost as if like Nintendo could be thinking about that already when they originally made the Switch. Was like you sell Joy-Cons all individual pieced out, so that way, hey, you don't have to spend the $80. You spend $40 on one piece, and then boom, you're good to go. If you go with this other Switch Mini route.
I mean, you think about it, right? This is $25, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But it doesn't have an IR sensor.
I could care less about that. It does
No,
not.
but I'm saying.
No, I know.
for, like,
What I'm
things
saying
that
is
you're removing.
Yeah, what I'm saying is if it's a handheld, why do you need the IR sensor? If it's a handheld and it's locked in, you don't need an IR sensor.
Well, for games with like motion control or whatever, that if let's say you're able to play everything on there.
Yeah, but this doesn't have.
And you want to use a game with.
This don't have an IR sensor in it, and it's motion controlled.
But you know how freaking.
Nobody's playing 1-2 Switch.
But I do think so. I think that there is 0% chance they make another SKU for a Joy-Con. Like, there's no way you're gonna go into a store and see 2 different sizes. But I also think that they're gonna come out with a cord or something that's gonna be separate, where you can attach this mini to your TV, because there are game. You don't think so?
Not at all. That's it's defeating the purpose. It's a Switch Mini. It doesn't have to be, you know what I mean? Like, it could be, they could call it Switch Portable, or you know what I mean, like something stupid. Like, they don't have to make it. It doesn't have to be. The idea is, because Pat, here's the thing: 90% of the consumer base that's going to buy that already own this one. Yeah. The thought process is you want this to be your second Switch, your third Switch of the household. $300 is a little bit pricey to give a kid. You know what I mean? And not only that, you're paying $300, and you don't need additional Joy-Cons. You don't need a dock. You don't need the HDMI cable. You don't need you need a power cable of some sorts. But you could basically have any type of power charger to it, anything USB to it, right? You don't necessarily. You could get rid of all those bells and whistles of that and make it a more cost-efficient, easy entry. You're eliminating the 3DS. The 3DS is basically done now at this point, right? So you're basically giving people a easy access, early entry in a $200. I'm telling you, if they can put this thing out there for $200, get rid of all those bells and whistles. You don't need HD Rumble. Rumble, yes. You want it to shake, obviously. You don't need HD Rumble. You don't need the IR sensor. You don't need the motion controls. You don't need none of that. I mean, you might want to put motion in it, maybe, because if you have Splatoon and stuff. But at the end of the day, you could cut a lot of tech out of that, get that price whittled down to a perfect price, and blow them out, man. Seriously.
Yeah. Now, okay.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just gonna ask the chat. Say yes or no, and then I'm gonna ask these guys: is the Switch Mini digital only?
That's simple. That's easy.
You think it's not?
I think it's, if they make it digital only, they basically killed themselves. You can't make it digital only. You want to make it, because again, this is a second option. This is not your first go-to. This is, I have 2 kids named Joe and Pat, and they're fighting over the Switch. I'm gonna buy another Switch. Now I don't have to buy 2 game cartridges. I don't have to buy 2 games. I don't have to buy, because the family plan doesn't let you swap games. You know what I mean? So essentially what would happen is I could basically go, okay, Pat, here's Breath of the Wild, shut up. Here, Joe, here's Odyssey, you shut up. And then done. I don't have to buy 2 copies. You know what I mean? So if you make it digital only, you're going to piss a lot of people off, man.
Yeah.
They have to have that slot in there.
Joe, you thinking the same thing?
Yeah, I mean, I can't see. This is one of those things that I feel comfortable in saying. Like, Nintendo's usually I don't even know if I cut out there, but Nintendo's usually 2 steps back or whatever, behind everyone else. I don't think we see a streaming only device from Nintendo for years down the road, if ever at all.
Yeah.
But real quick, just to go back, I mean, I feel like you can make a dock out of this thing and be able to still connect HDMI somehow. Maybe it's a little bit thicker, but maybe this is the route you go with the Switch Mini.
I don't think it's going to come with it, though.
No, I'm not saying it comes with this per se, but I mean something like this that has that HDMI out as an option, because clearly if it's going to be mini, it's going to be smaller. It's not going to be able to fit inside the current Switch dock.
See, this is again, guys. This is where I think you're thinking way too much.
But I think that's a key feature.
But here's no, not in a second one. You're thinking if it's just your only one, that's one thing.
But for some people, it's gonna be their only one.
Then it's very simple. If you want to do the TV and stuff, you buy the original. You're thinking in those mindsets. You got to get the tech cheap. You're then Because the minute you do, because here's the thing, the minute you do that, you're basically going, okay, now there's Joy-Cons again. You don't want to do that. You want to eliminate the Joy-Cons. And then you're going to have to make it where it pairs to a Pro Controller. So the minute you dock it, because my mindset is this. There is no Joy-Cons. It's basically got the grips and the buttons. It's all in one, kind of like a 3DS. The minute you dock that, you've now lost your controller. So now you have to add tech to it in order to make it communicate to a controller. And I think that's where you start to run into a problem.
I will bring up another thing. I think we're thinking too much in terms of, this is great for little kids. This is going to do phenomenal in Japan. And that's why I say maybe it's digital. I don't know, because they're already having... But I don't see them getting away from physical cards. It's just like, it's something new age that Nintendo, they're never ahead of the curve. So
they're always a couple generations behind.
Well, the thing too is like over there, their internet is like 10 times better than ours.
Yeah,
like it crushes our. I mean, think about it. They're streaming Resident Evil and Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and they look great. You know what I mean? Like if you watch people stream it, like when Sean Capri came down the one time and we were sitting here, we were watching somebody stream Assassin's Creed Odyssey through their Switch, and Sean was like, "Dude, crazy. I can't even tell the difference." Like, I can't even believe this is on a Switch. And at that time, he was playing Odyssey all the time on his Xbox One X. So it's like, that's pretty nuts. He goes, don't get me wrong, it's not perfectly identical, but it's pretty damn near close to it. So, I don't know, man.
I mean, they already have a dockless Switch in Japan, but it's essentially a Switch. You can just buy it without it.
Yeah, and only $50 cheaper or something like that.
Yeah,
something like that.
Which is BS. It should be easily. The minute you pull the dock out of there, that's $80. And if it's not $80, don't charge me $80 for a dock. Then.
Yep.
Like, straight up.
Nintendo's gonna come out with a screen, and then they're gonna have a rail at the bottom where you do a Joy-Con. Please don't. Please don't. Please don't. I gave him too many ideas. Okay. Last subject. And then we're going to do the giveaway. Guys, hold tight. We're almost there. Xbox Live coming to the Switch. I thought this was a joke, but it's happening, and I'm kind of torn on this.
I mean, let's be fair. The Xbox Live is already on Switch. If you played Minecraft, it's there. I mean, it's there and set. So
isn't it Rocket League too, or?
I don't know about that, but I know for a fact, because I'll be playing and achievements are clicking off as I'm playing it all the time, and it's Xbox achievement sounds. It's not anything Switch or anything like that.
That's hysterical.
So the thing is like that part of it's already there. This to me tells me that Microsoft is making the move to we are now treating Xbox like we treat Windows and we treat Excel and Microsoft Word and all these different things like their Office Suite program where we don't care where it goes, we just want it everywhere. And they've had massive success with that. So to me, it makes a lot of sense that like they're taking this initiative a step further. And I was in the Nintendo voice chat Facebook group today, and somebody was like, "This is stupid. Why would Nintendo do this? This makes no sense, dude. It's content. They could care less." Because it's a win-win for Nintendo. Here's Nintendo now. They're looking at it and they're going like, hey, we have these Xbox games now coming to Switch. We're not making money on that per se, because that's the way people were saying. Like, well, Nintendo's not going to make money off of that. Well, to some degree, yes. To some degree, no. There's going to be a lot of people buying Switches. You have all those people that are basically hardcore gamers, that are hardcore Xbox fans, that don't own a Switch. And they're just going to be like, you know what, man? I'm going to buy this Switch because I want my Xbox games on the go. I want that portability. So, and it's no different than putting it on the phones as well, and on iOS and Android. Like, to me, it's just it's a step in the direction that we are. I think you'll always see hardware from Microsoft, but I think you're seeing a step where they're just basically going like, hey, we're just going to put it everywhere. And if you want it, you want it. If you don't, you don't. But I don't see. I think it's a good move on Xbox's part. I see it's a good move. Whether Nintendo completely gives in, I don't know. Now, this also lays into the rumor a couple months ago that like Phil Spencer was actually at Nintendo. He tweeted about it being at Nintendo. So obviously, some major conversations went on. This might already be a done deal.
Yeah. So Microsoft, I like these achievements, but I really want to get achievements in Cuphead and Ori and just some of those games. If you can bring Rare Replay, I would love to get some.
Bro,
So
bro, talk to me. Like, dude, I would play all the Cuphead, Forza. Forza's amazing, man.
a Cuphead would sell, I think, the most on Switch. I think it would set another record. People want to play those games, man, and I want to play Ori. Joe, what do you think, man?
It's exciting because this is one of those things that you're just like, again, this generation, Nintendo has just done all sorts of wacky things, and I'm gonna give Bobby credit for this one. We had this conversation either end of 2016, end of 2017, early 2018, where you were like, this is one of the early episodes where you were like, maybe Microsoft partners with Nintendo and gets those achievement systems onto the Switch. And I was like,
a Nintendo insider.
Listen, Emily Rogers ain't got nothing on me, bro. Nothing on me.
Was the first thing I thought of when I saw that post. And I was like, yo, is Bobby like a wizard or something? What's going on here? So, I mean, I'm excited to see what this dev kit is. Like, they're going to explain it more at GDC, which is coming up. So I'm excited to see from that aspect. And if this means, it sounds like third parties are going to basically be able to implement achievement systems onto the Switch. How that factors into like what if Nintendo's gonna have its own unique sound to it, or like a little thing with two Joy-Cons that split apart and pop up and show the name of the achievement and then close up and then go away or something like that. That'll be really wicked. Is it gonna make me achievement
making mock-ups already? He's been making mock-ups.
I know, right? It's not like I've done any of this already or whatnot. But yeah, it's really interesting. What interests me even more though is, and this is nowhere in any of like the articles or anything, but this is just like wishful thinking for even further down the road, is let's say this does become a thing and more developers pick up on it and implement this onto the Switch. Xbox is, Microsoft is working on this whole xCloud thing. Japan is already streaming, like we were talking about. We're going to bring it back full circle now. What if, depending on how far out this xCloud thing is, that somehow gets implemented into the Switch? And that's not saying that Microsoft games end up on the Switch, but Resident Evil 7, Assassin's Creed, maybe that could be an option down the road to be implemented streaming onto the Switch.
So you have two companies here, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have Nintendo and you have Microsoft. And two companies have something to gain from each other. Nintendo has tech, where they can learn all this tech with servers and internet from Microsoft, right? What Nintendo has to give to Microsoft is that entry into Japan. And they have not been able to crack that for so long. But if Nintendo goes to those people in Japan and goes, hey, you guys love us, these guys are good people, it's a game changer. Complete game changer.
It's huge.
It's massive for Microsoft. So I think that's what Phil Spencer is looking at, is that's our way in the door. That's our way into Japan. Because once they see that we're getting along with Nintendo, we're working with Nintendo, then all of a sudden, maybe people start to trust us more than Sony, and they start to buy our products as well, So I think it's a win-win on both sides, honestly.
We're getting to this really strange point where the next generation is just going to look so weird, and I think it's all going to be based on preference. Like, do you want to get a PlayStation for all these other exclusive games? Do you want to get the next Xbox because of, being able to integrate crossplay with the Switch? Like, granted, there's that whole, open crossplay beta thing that's happening and whatnot. But, like, for the sake of the conversation today, and then do you want the Switch for portability and being able to play all these games on the go and whatnot? it's really, really interesting, and hopefully having. Oh boy, I'm sure CB said something.
No. Joel Brooks.
Tony Baker, thank you so much for the 5.
Tony,
He gave you 10 cents. He gave you 10 cents. It's not a big
Yep.
deal. That's what he's talking about.
Hey man, every little coin helps, you know.
It's a loony. They call them loonies up there. So there you go.
Thank you. I'll buy some
man.
Tim Hortons and
There you go. Timbits.
syrup.
Timbits, baby.
but yeah, maybe this gives Nintendo a chance to have a better, stronger online infrastructure.
Yeah, I mean, from what I'm getting from this, as of in-game achievements, you're going to be able to see your Xbox Live friends that are online, which is
That's interesting.
It's cool.
It's all kind of it's all kind of pretty awesome when you think about it.
Yeah.
Like it's just neat. I mean, you have Epic that's basically going like, "Hey guys, we're going to put it out there for everybody so you can figure out how to cross play with each other." It's really kind of cool, man.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, it's another thing. It's like kind of ahead of the curve, kind of. I mean, crossplay's been around for a little. To see Nintendo jumping on it, it's kind of cool.
It's funny how we got to this point. Like, you think about the culture that this is emanating right now, sharing all these different ideas, these different tech, just between two rival corporations.
Yeah.
Like, that stemmed from, like, you look at 10, 15 years ago, people sharing music, people giving things for free online and whatnot. Like, that all stems from, like,
Metallica suing fans.
Like, that's all grassroots stuff, and it's finally like breeding into the big corporations. It's kind of neat.
Shiny Big Boo is the gaming guru. Apparently, he says Nintendo and Microsoft may have to team up to beat Amazon and Google if those guys blindside gaming.
I don't think they have a chance. Honestly, the main thing is in the big picture, the long haul of it is that I think the tale that we see is that gaming companies, the only way Amazon and Google survive is if they look at what Microsoft has failed at and goes, okay, we're going to do these things. Nintendo made first-party games. Sony actually started getting strong when they actually started doing first-party games. Microsoft just hasn't done that well at all this generation, and they're floundering big time. You need those exclusives. Like, that's what sets Nintendo apart. I don't think Nintendo ever has to worry. Like, Sony, Microsoft, they probably have to worry. Nintendo's not tied to tech, and that's the big thing. Where these other companies are really tied to what they do, Nintendo can pivot on a dime and do whatever they want to do. They can go one way and just listen. The Wii U and the Switch is the tale of Nintendo just putting the brakes on and going, nope, we're stopping. This thing sucks. This is failing. Shut it down and let's move. And they did. And they did it to a success that nobody could even imagine. Like, the numbers that just came out of this investors meeting, 12 million copies of Smash in a month. In a month. Dude, you have games that have been out for a year and a half that Nintendo smashed in, no pun intended, literally in a month. Like, straight up. It is ungodly, the numbers.
Yeah.
Dude, 10 million units from October to December. Right? Dude, this is a company that people were writing off pre-Switch. And look at them. I don't think anybody should ever be worried about Nintendo. Like, when you think they're down,
branching out, they're doing mobile games.
Oh, it's crazy. Dude,
it's
between the
nuts,
mobile games, between the amusement parks, between the stores they're going into now, because Tokyo's getting a store now, dude, they are hammered away, prepared for success. It is crazy where they're at right now. Just nuts.
I wonder if they're just sitting there like, oh crap, we got all this money. What do we do? What do we do? Ah!
You get your ass going on Metroid Prime 4. That's what you do.
Yeah, you goddamn right.
No, I think this year is going to be a really, really fun year. We're going to get a ton of like new games coming out, hopefully. And the mobile market, I mean, I'm not big into the mobile market, but to see, big IPs like Mario Kart and like Animal Crossing. Pokemon's getting another mobile game. So, it's nice to see spreading the wealth a little bit. I'm kind of rambling because I don't know how to go about this giveaway.
It's real simple. This is what you do. Real quick, you type a number from 1 to 100 in the chat. Okay. Not in our chat, in our Discord chat. Joe can see it, right? So Joe, I can't see it because I pop it up and change the whole overlay. Joe can see it, right? And then everybody in the chat gets to pick one number. Whoever comes the closest to that number wins the card. That's how you do it.
Okay. One submission, though. Your first submission. But, okay, here's how we're going to do it. Exactly what Bobby said, but I don't want people to start typing. So, a number, we have a $20 Nintendo eShop giveaway. The only thing, you have to be subscribed, of course. It's for the subscribers. And then check out Bobby and Joe as well. But a number 1 through 100 in the chat right now. I'm going to type it in our personal chat. And whoever gets the closest is going to win. $20, you could buy Fortnite skin. You could buy Wargroove. I heard it's pretty good. Haven't bought it yet. But yeah, I don't know. What would you guys buy with $20? Bobby would buy a Fortnite skin.
I would buy Dragon Mark for Death.
I already own it, so I wouldn't buy it again. I would buy another Fortnite suit. I just bought that disco girl, the chick that was all, she's got like the glittery gold top with the disco ball on her back.
With the disco ball on her back? Wait, what?
They get backpacks.
Wait, what game are you talking about? Sorry, I was looking at the numbers.
You know what?
We
don't
care.
Over the place. We don't care about you no more.
We got someone already who's one off. So
well, that's close.
I know. That's why I was looking at it. I was like, ooh.
And you only get to pick once, guys. Don't keep picking numbers. One pick a number. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the number is. That's crazy because I can't look at it right now. If I look at it, it's just
It's totally random. The number doesn't.
Are we pricing the right? Price is writing this right now.
We'll give them
the closest without going over.
Okay.
No, without going over, just give them the closest to it. Just give them the closest.
Yeah. All right.
How much is this microwave?
And then if two people are like each side of it, then you just go, okay, you two have to pick again. That's all.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll give you guys like a couple more. You guys can check the show out every week, Tuesday, here on NintenTalk. Also, NintendoGuru.com. You can see the audio version, iTunes.
You can see the audio version? I mean, you can listen to it.
You can hear you can hear the audio version.
You can see that really crisp words coming out of your speakers.
Really crisp. Really crisp.
Bobby, he's living in 2020.
Yep. The show's better in audio. Don't look at our ugly faces, except mine. All right, let's go through.
Okay.
So the number was 72.
Wow, someone said 71, didn't they?
Yeah, I think CB has it.
Oh wow, CB got it.
It was like right there.
CB, I will. I'll screenshot it to Joe, and then he can send it to you. But thank you guys very much. 72 was the number. CB, lucky little guy. Thank you guys so much for coming out. We had like 20-something people at one point.
Yeah, man.
So very cool. Follow these two gents on Twitter, Instagram, Grindr. You can follow them anywhere. Thank you guys.
The only thing I'm grinding is you.
I can't even finish. Guys, thank you so much. Peace out.
Preston.